So tobacco is another amazing plant to work with. And it's important when I say this, work with, you're working with the spirit of the plant. It's a duality between your spirit and the plant spirit, where you've agreed to work together and agreed to learn from each other. These plants have evolved with us. We've evolved for each other. This cooperation, not this competition of these different consciousness on the planet, co-creating these realities in existence for our own learning, for our own experience, and our own sense of fun and love and growth. So tobacco, you're bringing in the elements of fire and wind and your intention, and also the spirit of the plant. When you smoke tobacco, you're often saying prayer for something or someone or something out there. You're blowing that prayer and intention out there. And the other interesting, there are many uses for tobacco, many ways of using it, but another interesting use is through rape, which is the tobacco snuff, which is used in the Amazon basin in many areas, which is a dried powdered tobacco mixed with tree ash and a few other plants. It's often very secretive kind of blend, but tobacco is the principal participant in this blend, and you are putting the tobacco into your body in this way, and you blow it into your nasal cavity, or you have someone blow it into your nasal cavity, and you can clear a lot of negative energy from your body, and you can also take a lot of energy in and saying prayer for yourself and through this intention. And it's going to be very visionary and very clear in the sense of you might be showing ideas or places or thoughts or solutions to problems. So I think that tobacco is one of the most poorly represented plants on the planet. What has been done to tobacco and the way people perceive tobacco is very, very unfortunate. Tobacco has definitely been abused and spread around the world in a very negative way from its deeper spiritual purposes. So there are other plants out there, like magic mushrooms and things like that. Magic mushrooms are fantastic for particularly reaching a sense of fun and purposelessness, to come into the present and to just connect with yourself or with others, but also there can be deeper introspective realities with magic mushrooms, where you go into deep appreciation for the people, things, and realities in your life, and you go through a beautiful, sometimes for the first time, people go into a beautiful unveiling of how much they appreciate people around them, and can create a whole new lifestyle where they'll really communicate this to people. And just from eating a mushroom can change the way you interact for the rest of your life with people, with love and intention and gratitude and will and focus. So a lot of these plants, I think it's important to realize how much they can show us, but not to use the plants to an extent where we lose touch with ourselves. A lot of these plants have a lot of ego around their use, and it's important not to... some people log their ayahuasca sessions like a diver would log dives, like in a logbook, like this odd little... It's potentially dangerous to get into this spiritual elitism. I am better than XYZ because of the amount of times I've had ayahuasca. It's in these ceremonies, it's so important for people to realize that you're no better than anyone in the ceremony, and the best shamans and facilitators understand that everyone is an equal, okay? And they really hold this, and they show it to other people. It's not about a hierarchy with these plants, and if you are going out into the world and thinking you're better than people because of the amount of times you've had visionary plants, you're missing the message. You're completely going into a whole other realm of negative thinking, where you're still in competition with other people, and you think you're better, and you actually have aspects of your ego which are satisfied by the lower frequency of other people's experience. The reality is if you're feeling this, you are just completely on the wrong track. Spiritual elitism and ego around visionary plants is a problem. So be aware of these in yourself. Self-regulation around this is very important. To be humble and to be caring and loving for everyone's process and where they're at. One thing I do say about ayahuasca is, I've said to a few people, I said the main thing you need to know about ayahuasca is when not to take it. And it's important with these plants to realize when's the right time and when's the wrong time. And if you're not feeling a call, it's like if you're feeling a call to go make a juice. Yeah, I'll go make a juice. Wicked. If you're not feeling a call to, take San Pedro, take ayahuasca tonight, then don't. Your body will tell you when the time is right and when the time is wrong. And when you start to access these plants when the time is wrong from a place of ego or self-gratification, then this is when things can get bumpy. Because if we're coming into if we're accessing these plants from a place of ego or elitism, we're going to be shown that in potentially disturbing ways or negative ways. I mean, we all heard about what a bad trip is, particularly with LSD or magic mushrooms. You can be cruising along on like a knife edge, and on either side of the knife edge is a precipice of positive experiences or a precipice of negative experiences. And if you get onto the negative side, it can be very hard to climb back and go to the precipice of positive. Most visionary plants are like this, in the sense that you can have very negative experiences, and it's always perfect. That's the important thing to realize. What you experience is perfect for you at that moment in time. How you deal with that and review that and take that experience into your day-to-day life in a humble way. It's not about how much you took or how many times and if you dealt with it or if you survived it or if you made it back out of the jungle. It's not about that. It's about how you take these experiences away and use these experiences to reduce suffering on the planet and to bring more creativity and love to the planet, the people you interact with. Even if you don't interact with people, your state of being still is broadcast to everyone. Thoughts aren't inside our head. Our feelings aren't inside our body, they're not inside our head. We are broadcasting all the time. If you're feeling loving and gratitude, your field gets really big, but we're broadcasting the signal out. Everyone can feel that. Like, this is our own intuition and ability. Like, when you talk about like teaching and teachers and all this sort of stuff, if this person is dodgy and they're corrupt, your first intuition is always right. And this is interesting when it comes to books and YouTube and videos and all this stuff. If someone is just totally on the wrong track, you'll know as soon as you interact with them, you see them or you read their name, your body will be like, this person's not right for you. Or your body will be like, this person is right for you. Your intuition is completely non-local and already knows where the right information is. The same with books. Like, should I read this book? Your analytical mind might be like, yes, I'm interested in neuroscience. But your intuition might be like, this is a waste of your time. Same with teachers. Follow your intuition. Your analytical mind is probably going to put you in the wrong place. If you don't follow your intuition, you can get pretty mixed up in a lot of information that is very unuseful for growth, but maybe useful for your ego.